Basically, can you really live your retirement years with Mary Kay? Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Karen and I am a micro influencer on Instagram, and I also post content here on YouTube mainly about multi-level marketing companies, pyramid schemes, scams, however you want to call them. And we just need to continue talking about them and investigating, researching on them, because they have become very popular these days, and you and I need to be informed to keep ourselves away or just informed in general about them. In order to continue our last series about Mary Kay, last time we talked about the different types of recognitions or awards that you can earn if you do the Mary Kay independent business. Today, as promised, we are going to talk about something interesting that I found that Mary Kay has that I think no other multi-level marketing company has, which is a retirement plan. So let's begin. So based on the research that I made, which is linked in the description box below on this video, according to Mary Kay, they've been having a retirement plan since 1988. Since 1988, they've been offering to their national sales directors the opportunity to sign up and fill in the requirements to be able to participate in this retirement slash disability slash survivors awards or payments that you can benefit from if you are ready to retire, if you happen to have a disability, or if you just happen to, pass away while doing your Mary Kay business. In those three situations, what can Mary Kay do for you as an independent national sales director for all the years that you serve them distributing products and recruiting people into your team? Basically, your participation in this program depends mainly on two things. Number one, your age, the age at which you decide to retire. And the second requirement is amount of commissions that you generate during the time or up until the point when you become a national sales director. Interesting to know that the payments of the retirement plan or the disability plan or the survivor's plan are not given to you in a lump sum. So let's say you are entitled to $1 million of retirement plan. America is not going to give it to you all at once. They're going to distribute it until monthly payments. Later in this video, we're going to break down how is it that Mary Kay decides what amount of money they give you on a monthly basis. So don't think that Mary Kay is going to give you a whole bunch of money all at once because you're a national sales director and you're ready to retire. That's not how it works. That's not even how the government does it. So don't get that in your head. And in fact, these payments are given to you, like I said, on a monthly basis, periodically, based on how many years you qualify for. The payments, though, depend on which group of the retirement you fall under. Because Mary Kay has two different retirement groups. They have Group 3 and Group 5. Why do they divide it or name it 3 and 5? Not exactly sure, but they call it Group 3 and Group 5. Basically, Group 3 is anyone who plans or wants to retire before the age of 60 years old. In that case, if you retire before the age of 60, you are qualified for full payments, full rewards. But in Group 5 is for people that decide to retire before their 65th birthday. This is mostly the case because if you're about to turn 65, you're already planning for your retirement probably by like the age of 60. So most people, I believe, fall into group number 5. And in that case, you receive reduced awards or payments. So we said that the retirement plan is based on how many years of service you've given to Mary Kay while being a national sales director, and on how much of commissions you've made while being a national sales director. But on top of that, the very strict requirement that you do have to accomplish is the following. You have to have at least 5 years of career as a national sales director in the company before you qualify for a retirement program. So if you're planning to retire by the age of 65, you have to know that starting by the age of 60, you must have 5 years or almost 5 years under your belt of career as a national sales director. Because if you don't, there might be a year in which you don't make national sales director money, and you probably don't qualify to have that title. So you probably won't qualify to be in the retirement program. So, but there's other ways around that. We are going to talk about early retirement and late retirement, and how if you have complicated situations, you can still participate in the program, but requirements get a little strict, and the rewards are lowered more because you didn't plan how you were supposed to plan your retirement. But let's get into the interesting part, which is retirement payments. How are these payments given to you? For how many years? For how long? Like, I want to know the details. Yes. Just wait a second. First of all, retirement payments are paid, like I said, on a monthly basis for a total of 15 years. So if you retire at 65, by the age of 80, right? 65, 75. Yeah. By your 80th birthday, Mary Kay is going to stop giving you payments. Just no more payments if you reach the age of 80 and you're still receiving retirement funds from Mary Kay. In a way, that's good, because if you have a disease and you think or you know that you're going to die before the age of 80, then it's great that you have 15 years of payments with Mary Kay retirements to support yourself. But if you pass the age of 80, then you're going to be like, okay, what am I going to do now? All my life, or most of my life, for the last 20 years, I've been dedicating it to Mary Kay, and now I'm 82 and I don't know where I'm going to get money from. So really have to think about that. Now, it says here, Mary Kay, that if you die before the 15 years are over, then the rest of the payments are going to be given to the person that you designate as your beneficiary. So if I have a Mary Kay business, I'm a national sales director, I'm about to retire. By the age of 65, I start getting my monthly payments. Let's say I die by the age of 70. I still have a good 10 years of retirement money that Mary Kay needs to give me. I would like that money to be given to my husband, let's say. So you can designate whoever you want in your family to receive that money on your behalf. Which is a good thing, because that means the money doesn't go out of waste, or Mary Kay doesn't keep the money in its entirety. Another thing about this retirement program payments is that your retirement money, the annual amount of money that Mary Kay is going to give you, is equal to 60% of your final average commissions. So basically what it means is that Mary Kay is going to see the commissions that you made during your national sales director years, and they're going to calculate 60% of all those commissions, and that's how they're going to figure it out how much money they're going to give you monthly for retirement funds. Now, what is final average commission? This is a very important term, very important key that we need to know. And basically, final average commissions is that Mary Kay is going to look at the last 5 years of service that you did as a national sales director. So if you retired at the age of 65, Mary Kay is going to look at the commissions that you made when you were 60, 61, 62, 63, and 64 years old. They're going to look at those 5 years of commissions, and what are they going to do is they're going to pick the best 3 commissions that you made during those 5 years, and they're going to calculate 60% out of that. And that 60%, they're going to divide it into 180 payments, which is 15 years of payments, 180 months of payments. And whatever that amount is is what they're going to give you on a monthly basis. So, like I said, if your goal is to retire by the age of 65, you have to make sure that by the age of 60, you're putting your whole effort, you're hustling, you're putting all your enthusiasm into the Mary Kay business so that you can make the most commission as you can, because they're going to be look at your last 5 years of national sales director career and commissions, and from there they're going to deduct the 60% that they're going to distribute across those 15 years of retirement payments to you. As you can see in the table, I made a hypothetical person, a person that is going to retire at the age of 65, and how Mary Kay is going to look at the commissions that you made from your age 60 to your age 63. Assuming that you made those different types of commissions every year, Mary Kay is going to pick the best three, which are 135,000, 146,000, 152,000. If you add all those three, you come with a sum total of $433,000. 60% of that is $259,800, and then that $259,000 divided into 180 months of payments that Mary Kay is gonna give to you. Basically, you're gonna be receiving $1,443.33 every month. So here's the question. Here's the interesting part about this retirement plan. From the table, it looks great. Wow, $1,443.33 for a retirement plan. Because I deserve it, because I was a national sales director with Mary Kay, and I need to live my retirement, live my best life with $1,443. But you have to ask yourself, when I retire, when I'm 65 years old or older, what are gonna be my bills like? Do I have to still pay rent? Do I have to pay mortgage? Do I have to pay a luxury car? Do I have to maintain someone else in my family, or do I just have to support myself? Like, you have to really analyze your situation, because everyone's situation is different. So you really have to look into the future and see more or less what are your bills going to be by that time. Like, what are the things that you are going to be in charge of paying? And if really $1,443 is going to be enough to support whatever bills you're going to have by that time, or to support yourself or someone else if you have to. So, you really have to think about, is it even worth it to this retirement program? Is it good for me? Like, yes, it might be good for someone who probably is alone, who doesn't have kids, who doesn't have a partner, who only supports themselves and only has to take care of their own bills and their own life. But once you have other things going on that are draining you down and that other people depend from you financially, then probably $1,443 is not going to be enough. Especially not in the future, because $1,443 is not enough now in 2020. I don't even want to know what you're going to be able to do with $1,443 in 20 years. So you really have to think about it. You really have to sit down, make sure that this is worth it, that it's worth it for you to continue in this Mary Kay business career path as a national sales director, and that by the time that you retire, you cash out a good amount of money that's going to allow you to live your retirement years, at full capacity. So yeah. So now let's talk about early retirement. Let's say that you, like most people, don't want to wait until they're 65 to retire. You want to retire by the age of 55, by the age of 60, and that's totally fine, because by that time, my goodness, we've worked so hard, we've been putting so much work into, supporting ourselves financially. We're just tired. We need to do things before we die. It's just crazy. You're having a life crisis. You just want to be done with working forever. So what does Mary Kay does for you when it comes to early retirement? So Mary Kay does allow you to retire early, meaning before you're 65 years old. But if you do that, the payments will be much less if you retire earlier than you're 65 years old, as you can see in the table. For example, based on the table, if you retire at the age of 55, only 40% of your best 3 years of commission will be paid to you. So if you retire normally, it will be 60%. But if you retire early, it will be only 40%. So, your payments are going to be decreased, and you, again, you have to really make sure that retiring at 55 years old is doable for you and for what you want to do in life and what your financial situation is going to be when you're 55 years old. In the same note, Mary Kay also does allow you to retire late. So there's people that love working. There's people that are called workaholics. They love money. They love hustling. They love pushing for more. They love pushing themselves to think that they can do more years of service in the workforce, and they just keep pushing themselves to work after the age of 65. I know a few people that are like that, and let me tell you, they don't do it because they want to. Usually they do it because they have to, because they are afraid that they are not going to be able to support themselves financially once they retire. So if you are a national sales director with Mary Kay does allow you to retire late, meaning after you're 65 years old. But in that case, if you do that, you have to spend more time, doing more service as a national sales director before you're able to cash out your monthly payments of retirement program. So as you can see in the table, if you decide to retire at the age of 66, 1 year after you're 65, you must have at least 13 years of service in your national sales director career. Whereas if you were to retire in your 65 regular age, you only have to have 5 years under your belt of national sales director career. So from 5 years to 13 years, that's a whole bunch. That, I mean, you will only be able to retire late basically if you've been doing the national sales director business for a really long time, and you just have the years to do it. Now, enough with the retirement plan. There are two other programs under the retirement plan as well, because they're basically like the same thing, that Mary Kay allows you to benefit from, you and your family to benefit from. So let's say that you are doing the Mary Kay business, you are a national sales director, and for whatever reason you have a disability. You had a car accident, you are paralyzed from half your body, let's just say. You're in a wheelchair, you can no longer perform the responsibilities that a national sales director is supposed to perform. What Mary Kay is going to do in that case, they are going to discontinue your business, and you're going to qualify for the disability award, which in basically Mary Kay is going to provide you with 40% of the commissions that you made throughout your national sales director career years, and they're going to distribute that monthly payments for 12 years. So if you have a disability, Mary Kay is going to be able to support you with payments on a monthly basis for 12 years. Now, the same thing happens with the Survivors Award. The Survivors Award is basically like if you happen to die out of nowhere while doing your Mary Kay business. So let's say you have a Mary Kay business as a national sales director, and you just had a car accident, but instead of being paralyzed, you got to the hospital and they declare that you passed away. In that case, Mary Kay is going to discontinue your business, and they will provide the beneficiary with 40% of the commissions that you made during your career as a national sales director for 12 years. So that's basically like life insurance. So survivor insurance is just another term that Mary Kay uses for life insurance. So if you die, someone in your family or whoever you designate can receive the money that you could have been entitled to if you were alive. So this is pretty much it about the retirement program, the disability program, and the survivors program, which is all encapsulated within the Mary Kay Family Security Program. This program is very good, is very beneficial, but only if you plan ahead of time, only if you only if you have a financial situation that allows you to enjoy the money that they're going to give you. Because if you have, like I said, if you're retired at the age of 65 and you have a lot of things going on, a lot of bills, a lot of financial responsibilities, these monthly payments are probably not going to be enough to support yourself or support those payments that you have to make to support yourself. So you really have to think, like, is it worth it for me in the long run, or is it not? To be honest with you, like we calculated in the table that I hypothetically made, $1,443 is not going to be enough to pay rent or to pay, living costs in 20 years from now, 15 years from now. It's just not going to be enough. Things are just getting more expensive. Things are getting more crazy. Times are getting very desperate. And $1,443 is not enough to live now. I'm sure it's not going to be enough to live later on. So obviously you would have to have another source of income going on. But if you already invested your entire life to be a Mary Kay National Sales Director, I'm not sure what other kind of business you could be doing on the side to potentially have more money during your retirement years. But that's up to everyone's personal choices. I'm just saying that if you're going to do the Mary Kay business with the hope that you can qualify to be in the retirement plan, you really have to think about that, if it's worth it or not. To me, it doesn't look worth it. It's like it's not going to be enough once I'm retired, because I feel like it's not going to support all the bills or support myself financially. But at least from Mary Kay, it looks like they are trying to care. Like they are trying to look out for their people. Something that other multi-level marketing companies don't do, because they don't provide retirement plans, they don't provide life insurance, they don't provide any of that stuff. So on one side, I like to see that Mary Kay cares about their independent consultants, but at the same time, they do care, but how much of that caring are you able to benefit when you're ready to retire? So you really have to think about that. You really have to put yourself, you really have to plan, you really have to look forward and see if it's beneficial to you and your family in your situation ahead of time. Obviously, it's not possible to know exactly for sure what your situation is going to look like when you're 65 years old and ready to retire, but at least you can kind of figure it out that things are just going to get more expensive. Things are going to get tough. Life is going to be tougher. Your health is going to decrease so much. You're going to be not even twice as healthy as you probably are in your 20s and your 30s. So you really have to think about all of that and make sure that this program actually is going to benefit you in the long run. So I hope this information has been extremely beneficial to you or to anyone around you that is interested or that was in Mary Kay business or that is thinking about joining the Mary Kay business. It was very interesting to me that at least Mary Kay cares about their independent consultants a little more than other multi-level marketing companies, but still you do have to make sure that things are beneficial to you personally on your personal level. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in with me today. I appreciate that if you're new here, you subscribe, and if you haven't subscribed, you've been lingering around here for a while, make sure to subscribe as well, because I am not sure what you're waiting for. If you agree or disagree with anything I've said in this video, make sure to put it down in the comments below. I will be reading your comments, looking forward to them, because I don't know everything, you don't know everything, but if we share our thoughts, we will know everything. So please stay honest, my people. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys on my next video.